Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here. This time reviewing on the animated special, The Butter Battle Book. Now as you know, the animated special of The Butter Battle Book was produced and aired on TNT on November the 13th, 1989. And keep in mind that, animator and filmmaker Ralph Bakshi was the one who made the animated adaptation. And for those who don't know, The Butter Battle Book was a 1984 story about the Cold War era and the concerns of the time, as well as the potential nuclear war effects. And I think, keep in mind, with things like the war with Russia, also Afghanistan, also Ukraine's and all that, I think the book is still relevant even to this day. And keep in mind that, Season 2 of Green Eggs and Ham did do their own adaptation of the story. So the premise of the film is meant to follow the Ukes and the Zooks. We kind of see how, the Ukes basically wear blue clothing and the Zooks wear orange clothing. And we see how they both have their own ways of buttering up their bread, with the Ukes doing it upwards, while the Zooks are meant to kind of do it buttered side down. And this is where we see how the conflict begins. And we do kind of see how, one of the general, who is meant to be a grandfather, is kind of going against another general over different weaponry given to them, different kind of things, from like tank-like devices, aeroplanes, and so on. And we kind of see how, one weaponry leads to another weaponry being made, another device being made with another device. And I think it kind of represents the whole evolution of weaponry, from swords to guns to tanks and so on. You really feel like what Dr. Seuss is saying, how, war will continue. New weaponry, new sort of gadgets and that will be made for the battlefield. And we do kind of see how, both the Ukes and the Zooks create these powerful, like, bombs. And we kind of see how, the ending of the story is left on a cliffhanger. And I think what the message of the story is, that, conflicts will begin for silly and petty reasons. Sometimes it's always best to stop before things get worse, and try to settle a war before things get a lot worse. And you do kind of see how, no one on either side tries to resolve the problem. Both sides kind of continue until they cause their eventual downfall. And I think the moral behind it is that sometimes it's always best to stop, try to prevent a war from escalating worse, and trying to sort things through peaceful means. And I think this happens with most wars now, because no one really stops to see the harm of their actions. We kind of see how things from Vietnam, the Afghanistan war, the war with Russia and Ukraine, as well as with basically Israel and all that, no one really stopped from either side to think things through, or try to resolve things peacefully. And sometimes people are too stubborn, or don't want to admit any faults for starting it, or those sides from the enemy forces, or from the good sides, to try and resolve things peacefully. And sometimes people are just too stubborn to admit any responsibility. And you can really tell Dr. Seuss's book, the Battle Book, is still relevant, and it's still going to happen to this day. More people are going to get lost in the crossfire. More people are going to be hurt. And it's always important to stop before things get any worse. So I think the film adaptation is enjoyable, and something that I think we need to kind of understand a bit more. Stop and think if someone needs help. Try and talk reason with them. Try to kind of talk to the sort of people behind the enemy side or the right side to try and see reason. So I think this film adaptation does deserve a thumbs up. It's good. It's enjoyable. And at the same time, leaves an important moral even to this day. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.